You know, life was easier as a kid, before the weight of the world was on your shoulders. I don't know about you, but my toys were fun. They didn't sit on the shelf in the package. They got played with a lot. My name's Doug, and I miss my toys. For this transformational episode of I Miss My Toys, we're looking at the original example of evil teamwork in the Transformers universe. 6 robots become one to form the mighty Devastator. There were many of these sets for both Autobots and Decepticons, but this one was the first. These are the Constructicons, a division of the Decepticons. We're going to look at the players individually first, before we combine them into the menace that is Devastator. Let's take a look at these 6 Decepticons. All right, we're going to start by looking at Bone Crusher. This is a bulldozer. We're going to look at all of these guys first in their vehicle form and the robot form, so you can see what they look like individually. So we're going to start by flipping the top up there, flipping these pieces on the body out, which are going to make his arms, flipping the little head up there, moving the scoop up, that kind of makes his chest plate. We'll flip down the tracks that are going to become his legs and feet. You can see here this pulls out. Snap that foot into place. Pull those arms down there. And that's him. That's Bone Crusher. And see, these robots are not too difficult to transform. Okay, this next one is Scavenger. There's a shovel there, and the tracks there that turn around. It's kind of cool because actually these parts of the vehicles articulate, so you can move the shovel in a couple of ways. And we're going to start by pulling his legs down, the tracks again, and pushing the feet out. And we're going to pull the arms out of the side, if I can get them to come out. I should note, too, that all these guys had pistols and everything, and I could not find any of them, so I don't know where they are. We're going to pull the head up there, too. And that's Scavenger. Next on the list is Scrapper. This is actually one of my favorites. This is, I just thought that this vehicle looked really cool. I liked it. So I always used to play with this one. You can see here that in storage, a rodent had a snack and ate part of my Scrapper, but luckily still intact. I can still use them. Turn them into a robot really quick. You can see here it's not that difficult to do. Everything's kind of there. Pull the head up, and there he is. I actually had a couple of these guys who were victim to a mouse meal. All right, this is Hook. You can see here he's got the crane up top. You can even move the crane and extend it too, which is kind of cool. And even the hook moves itself, which is pretty neat. And if you look at this, somebody made a meal out of the top of this thing too. But luckily, after I found them after all these years, they were buried in a basement closet, with a lot of my other stuff. They're still pretty much intact, except for those small bites. So we're going to start by, you see I pulled the body apart. Now we're going to flip this portion of the truck down. That's the legs. We're going to push him back together. There we go. Pull these arms out. And lastly, tilt the head up. And there's Hook. All right, this is Long Haul. This is the dump truck. You can't very well make him be a dump truck. You can't really pull that up because you have to pull it up in order to transform him, and they kind of split apart because the dump truck portion becomes his legs. And you fold the cab down there to make the body and pull these sides out and these little fists so we can make his arms. Struggle with this one a little bit. was stuck. There we go. Push that back, and then you can flip up his head. And there's Long Haul. I always thought these guys all looked really cool, and they match. They're all green and purple. That was the theme for Devastator. This is the last one of the 6. This is Mixmaster, a cement truck. And it's kind of cool that the little cement mixer thing actually turns. Not that you could put anything in it, but it does turn, which is kind of neat. A little extra added realism bonus for you. All right, let's turn this guy into a robot. I'm going to flip the cab down and lock it into place. It's going to make his feet. Pull the arms out, and there he is. It's pretty simple. That hole on the top is actually for a set of missiles that you could fire with a button on the top of his head, but I cannot find the missiles. So there he is. Okay, now we got to get everybody ready here to come together. So I'm going to very quickly, this took a lot longer than I'm showing, put all these parts together and get them set up to be all the different parts of Devastator. You can see some of them require more than others. That's the easiest one there. And there's all the 6 parts. Now let's see how these 6 come together to form Devastator. Okay, we're going to grab the head first, or the upper body, and I got to turn this pin out because we're going to have to attach both arms to him. And I also forgot to put this little missile that goes on the side of his head before, so we're going to put that in there now. There we go. This thing keeps falling off, so there. Try to get it to stay. Okay, let's put the arms in. This one has a little post sticking out. It goes into that slot right there. And the other one is going to sit on this little pin. This one's kind of tough to get on. There we go. There's like a little compartment underneath there to push it into. I also lost a hand while I was doing that. I probably should have left them off until the end. Okay, this is the bottom part of the torso. You can see here there's a couple of, there's a hole and a pin underneath that matches a hole and a pin on the top of the truck. We're going to push those together. And that connects those together. His arms are kind of flopping around on me. Okay, now we're going to push this leg in. There we go. You can see it fits right in there. And this one does as well. And I lost the hand again. Okay, let's grab that hand and put it back on there real quick. As you can see, the hands are like spring-loaded, so just a slight touch of those switches and the hands go flying. All right, let's see, let's straighten it out. Stand him up here and show you what he looks like. You can see everything together. Let's straighten him out a little bit. He's kind of hunched over. And that's Devastator. All 6 Constructicons combined into one. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of I Miss My Toys and checking out Devastator. If you're a subscriber and a returning viewer, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard. Please share and like and subscribe. Do all that great stuff. Thanks for watching this episode of I Miss My Toys, and we'll see you the next time.